What if I told you that a single quarter could change your life? Right now, there's a coin, just 25 cents in face value, that collectors are hunting for across the country. It's not gold. It's not encrusted with diamonds, but it could be worth up to $1.976 million. Yes, you heard that right. And here's the kicker, this rare coin could be sitting in your pocket, your kitchen drawer, or inside that dusty old coin jar you haven't touched in years. Most people will ignore it. Most people will never know. But you're not most people. Because today, you're about to discover the truth behind the mysterious 1976 no-mint mark quarter. A coin that turns ordinary Americans into millionaires overnight. But there's a catch. This story moves fast. And if you miss it, you might just miss your only shot at a fortune. So lean in. Because Act 1 begins now. The year is 1976. America is celebrating its bicentennial, 200 years of freedom, ambition, and dreams. To honor the occasion, the U.S. Mint releases a special edition quarter with a bold new design. A colonial drummer boy on the reverse, and the dual dates 1776 to 1976 stamped on the front. It was patriotic. It was historic. And millions were printed. But within that sea of coins, something strange happened. A tiny batch left the mint without a mint mark. No tiny letter D for Denver. No S for San Francisco. Not even a P for Philadelphia. Just nothing. At the time, no one noticed. Today, that single detail could make you rich beyond imagination. Now imagine this. You're sorting through your spare change. Just another day. You find a bicentennial quarter. Seems ordinary. But something catches your eye. There's no mint mark. Your heart skips a beat. Could this be it? Could this be the one? Here's the truth. In 2023, one of these rare 1976 no-mint mark quarters was appraised at over $1.9 million. Why? Because it's not just a coin. It's a unicorn in the world of numismatics. Collectors are obsessed with it. Investors are battling over it. And the value keeps climbing. But here's where the story turns. Most people overlook these coins. They think, it's just an old quarter. They spend it on coffee. They toss it into a tip jar. They give away a fortune for 25 cents. Heartbreaking, isn't it? Let me ask you this, when was the last time you actually looked at your quarters? And no, I'm not talking about flipping one to make a decision, I'm talking about holding a piece of American history. That could buy you a luxury home. Still think pocket change is just change? Here's the opportunity. Right now, more Americans than ever are cashing in on forgotten coins. The market is exploding. Demand is soaring. And coins like the 1976 no-mint mark quarter are making headlines. But here's what most people don't realize. Only a handful of these rare quarters exist in high-grade condition. That's what drives the value. And those who act fast, who search, who research, who get their coins graded, are the ones writing their own rags to riches stories. So here's what you do next. Tonight, take out that jar of old coins. Look through your change. Search for a 1776 to 1976 quarter with no mint mark. Pay attention to the condition. The shinier, the better. And if you think you found something special, don't guess. Get it professionally appraised. Because doing nothing could cost you $1 million payday. You're not just holding a quarter. You're holding a question. What if this is it? What if you've been walking past a fortune your entire life? And what if tomorrow, someone else finds it before you? The next episode reveals the exact signs to look for and how to sell a rare quarter for top dollar. You won't believe what one collector did to turn their dusty drawer into a luxury lifestyle. Don't miss it. Your future could be hiding in your pocket. Stay curious. Stay sharp. And whatever you do, check your quarters tonight. What if I told you there's a coin sitting in your old change jar that could be worth up to $1,967,000? That's not a typo. One single quarter, minted in 1967 without a mint mark, has become one of the most valuable hidden treasures in American coin collecting history. Now, ask yourself this. Have you ever really looked at the quarters in your drawer? The ones in that dusty coffee can? The spare change you toss in your car? You could be sitting on a fortune and not even know it. The 1967 no-mint mark quarter isn't just rare. It's legendary. And here's the twist. Millions of Americans had this coin in their hands and let it go without realizing its true value. By the end of this video, you'll know how to identify this rare quarter, understand why it's so valuable, and learn exactly what steps to take if you have one, before someone else does. So don't blink. Because every second you wait, someone else might be cashing in on a life-changing discovery. Let's rewind to 1967. The United States Mint was in crisis mode. Due to the national coin shortage, mint marks were temporarily removed from all coins produced that year, to discourage hoarding. That decision made the 1967 quarter an ordinary coin, or so it seemed. But over time, a small number of these quarters began to stand out. Some were struck using proof dies by mistake. Others had unique die errors like double dies or off-center strikes. A few featured an unusually sharp strike and deep cameo contrast, never intended for public circulation. These are the holy grails. And when one of these ultra-rare 1967 no-mint mark quarters hits the auction block, collectors go wild. The bidding is fierce. The numbers skyrocket. And yes, one has been valued at nearly $2 million. Can you imagine holding a 25-cent coin and realizing it could pay off your mortgage? buy your dream home, or even fund your retirement. This isn't just about coins. It's about freedom. But here's the catch. Most people throw these quarters away, or worse, spend them without a second thought. Have you done that? You might be wondering what exactly makes a 1967 quarter worth that much. It's not just age. It's not just rarity. It's the condition, the strike, the errors, and the provenance. Certified gem condition coins graded by experts like PCGS or NGC can bring massive windfalls. The difference between a common quarter and $1 million quarter is often invisible to the untrained eye. And here's a fun fact to keep you sharp. Some of the most valuable 1967 quarters were found not in collections, but in pocket change. Let that sink in. Now, if you're still watching, it means something inside you knows this isn't just another coin story. This could be your moment. So what should you do? First, grab every quarter dated 1967 that you can find. Flip them under bright light. Look for strong details, crisp edges, and unusual shine. If it looks different, it probably is. Next, get a professional opinion. Contact a reputable coin dealer or submit it to a grading service. The few dollars you invest now could return a fortune. And here's the most important part. Don't wait. The market for rare coins is red hot, but it won't stay this way forever. When news spreads, more coins surface, and values can shift fast. Imagine the regret of finding out too late. Imagine hearing that your exact coin just sold for a record-breaking price, and yours was spent at the gas station. This is your opportunity to change your financial story, to turn a forgotten coin into lasting wealth. Still curious? In the next video, we're revealing the 5 key traits that instantly boost the value of any quarter in your collection, including the secret detail collectors never talk about publicly. Trust me, you don't want to miss that. Your old change may be more than spare money. It may be your second chance. What if I told you there's a single quarter sitting in your drawer right now? That could be worth nearly $2 million. That's not a dream. It's a real coin. A 1966 quarter with no mint mark, and it could change your life forever. Every day, people unknowingly spend coins that are worth small fortunes. Quarters tossed into vending machines, handed to cashiers, lost in couch cushions. All while their true value goes unnoticed. But not today. Because you're about to discover how one ordinary-looking coin could be your ticket to early retirement, a luxury car, or the home you never thought you could afford. Stay with me. This isn't just about coins. It's about reclaiming wealth that's been hiding in plain sight. Let's rewind to 1966. America was in the heart of social change. The Vietnam War was escalating. Gas was just 32 cents a gallon. And deep within the U.S. Mint, a quiet decision would one day turn an ordinary quarter into one of the most valuable coins in history. Here's where it gets fascinating. In 1965, the Mint stopped placing mint marks on coins to discourage collectors from hoarding new releases. This continued through 1967. So technically, a 1966 quarter without a mint mark wasn't unusual. But here's the twist. Some quarters from 1966 were struck with extraordinary characteristics, errors, unique die alignments, or unusual compositions. A few of these slipped through quality control unnoticed. And those few coins have become the holy grail for collectors. One such coin recently sold for up to $1.966 million. Yes, you heard that right. A coin that once bought a stick of gum is now worth more than a Lamborghini. But how can you tell if your 1966 quarter is one of the rare ones? Don't worry, we'll get there. Let me ask you something. When was the last time you actually looked at the coins in your pocket? Not just glanced. I mean really looked. Because if you're not checking, someone else will. And they'll be the ones cashing in. Crazy, right? The change most people ignore could be their biggest missed opportunity. Now here's what you need to do. First, pull out any 1,966 quarters you own. They're easy to overlook because they appear so ordinary. But that's part of the magic. A sharply detailed strike. That means clear lines and strong definition on Washington's hair, the eagle's feathers, and the date. Unusual luster or shine. Coins that were accidentally struck on special planchets may have a completely different glow. Any signs of doubling? Look closely at the letters and numbers. Doubling could indicate a valuable mint error. And if your coin looks even slightly out of the ordinary, stop everything. Do not spend it. Do not clean it. And absolutely do not give it to a dealer without getting it appraised first. Because the right 1966 no mint mark quarter could be your $1 million windfall. Time is of the essence. More people are waking up to this hidden treasure every day. Collectors, dealers, even tech-savvy teens scouring estate sales, they're all on the hunt. That quarter you haven't checked in years might not be around tomorrow. Now here's the real kicker. There are rumors of a 1966 quarter that sold for more than $2 million. But the sale was private, never publicly confirmed. Could that coin still be out there? Could it be yours? You won't know unless you look. So before you do anything else today, search your drawers. Go through your coin jars. Check your old collections. Because fortune doesn't always knock loudly. Sometimes, it jingles in your pocket. And what you find might just be worth more than everything else you own combined. Don't let this moment slip by. Subscribe for more rare coin secrets that could change your life. And remember, the treasure you seek might already be in your hands. We'll see you in the next one. But by then, your life might already be very different. Imagine pulling out an old quarter from your kitchen drawer and discovering it's worth up to $1.9 million. Yes, you heard that right. One coin. One ordinary-looking quarter minted in 1979. And it could change your life forever. Now ask yourself, how many quarters have passed through your hands over the years? How many have you tossed into tip jars or parking meters without a second thought? What if one of those coins held the key to early retirement, a dream vacation, or finally paying off your mortgage? This isn't just another coin story. This is about the elusive 1979 D-Mint Mark quarter, one of the most unexpected treasures hiding in plain sight. Stay with me because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for, where to find it, and why time is running out. Let's rewind to 1979. Gas was under $1. The Walkman had just been released, and the Denver Mint was quietly producing millions of quarters that would flood the country. But in the middle of all that routine minting, something went wrong, or rather, something went perfectly for collectors. Among the sea of ordinary coins, a handful of 1979 quarters bearing the D-Mint mark were struck with a rare error. Some featured deep, clear strikes with perfect alignment, ultra-sharp details, and remarkably high-quality finishes. Others had unusual die varieties or anomalies so rare, even seasoned experts raised their eyebrows. These aren't just coins. They're minting miracles. Over time, collectors started noticing. Auctions began popping up. Prices quietly climbed. And today, in pristine, uncirculated condition with the right error or die variety, a 1979 D quarter has fetched close to $1.979 million. Yes, a quarter. Just 25 cents. Worth nearly $2 million. Sounds unbelievable, right? But here's the truth. The value lies in scarcity, condition, and the story behind the coin. And the best part? You might already own one, so the question is, are you paying attention? Now here's something wild. Many of these coins are hiding in old coin jars, coffee cans, or tucked away in your parents' attic. And no, you don't need to be a professional coin grader to spot one. But you do need to know exactly what signs to look for. Miss them, and you might be giving away a fortune for a cup of coffee. We'll get to those signs in just a moment. But first, let's talk about the fear no one is discussing, how thousands of Americans are giving away their wealth every day without even knowing it. The demand for rare coins is exploding. Online marketplaces, private collectors, and auction houses are in bidding wars for pieces once thought worthless. And as more people cash in, fewer of these rare 1979 D quarters are left in the wild. Translation? If you wait too long, you could miss your only chance. So how do you identify the right coin? Here's what makes a 1979 D quarter stand out. First, the condition. Coins that have never been circulated, known as mint state, command the highest prices. Look for coins with no scratches, no smudges, and a strong shine. Second, examine the D-Mint mark. Coins with double die errors, off-center strikes, or strong details in Liberty's hair and the eagle's feathers could be key indicators of high value. Third, get it verified. Reputable coin grading services can confirm authenticity, condition, and value. This step can literally add tens of thousands of dollars to your payout. Still not sure if your coin is the one? That's okay, because you don't have to do this alone. Right now, hundreds of private buyers are actively seeking these coins. Many will even cover authentication costs just to get first rights to your find. But here's the twist, only a small percentage of 1979 D quarters qualify. That means every day that passes, the odds of discovering one drop just a little more so before you head out to buy another lottery ticket. Maybe check the change in your car's cup holder first. It might be the most profitable minute of your day. You have nothing to lose but everything to gain. Look through your drawers. Check your piggy banks. Flip through that old coin folder you inherited but never really examined. Because what if you're sitting on one of the most valuable coins in modern US history? And here's the cliffhanger. In the next video, we'll reveal the top 3 error signs that instantly separate a $50 coin from one worth over $1 million. One of them is so subtle, even expert collectors miss it, so don't leave it to chance. Subscribe now, check your coins, and stay tuned, because your next quarter might just buy you the lifestyle you've always dreamed of. What if I told you that a single quarter, tucked away in an old jar or lost in your car's cup holder, could be your ticket to a millionaire's lifestyle? Sounds impossible, right? But right now, collectors are paying up to $1,980,000 for a rare coin that looks almost identical to the ones you've seen 1,000 times before. It's the 1980 quarter. More specifically, the one with the elusive P mint mark. People across the country are discovering these coins in places they never expected: junk drawers, inherited coin collections, forgotten stashes. And when they do, their lives change forever. So what makes this coin so valuable? And could you be sitting on one without even knowing it? Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for, and you might never look at a quarter the same way again. Let's go back to the year 1980. Gas was cheap. Ronald Reagan was rising, and the Philadelphia Mint was producing quarters with a subtle detail that would go unnoticed for decades: the now famous P mint mark. Most people didn't think twice about it. After all, it was just pocket change. But numismatists, that's the fancy name for coin collectors, discovered something fascinating. Among the millions of 1980 quarters, a few were struck with rare errors. Some had doubling on the date or the word Liberty. Others had misaligned dies, creating ghost-like impressions or missing features. And here's where things get exciting. The more unusual the flaw, the higher the value. But even without errors, pristine 1980p quarters in uncirculated condition can be worth thousands. Why? Because perfection is rare. And rarity drives price. Here's the kicker. In 2023, a flawless example of this coin reportedly sold for nearly $2 million. Yes, a single quarter, less than an ounce of copper and nickel, valued higher than most homes in America. Now you might be thinking, what are the chances that I have one? Let me ask you something. Have you ever actually looked at the coins in your home? Do you know what's hiding in that coffee tin? That old purse? Or your granddad's collection from the attic? Because the truth is, these coins are out there, and someone will find them. The only question is, will it be you? So, what exactly should you be looking for? First, check the date. It must say 1980 on the front. That's your baseline. Next, look for the mint mark. A small P just beside Washington's ponytail. If it's there, you're in the game. If the coin is worn, that's okay, but if it looks crisp with sharp edges and little to no damage, the value goes up significantly. Now here's where the magic happens. Under a magnifying glass, check for signs of errors, doubling, cracks, or unusual spacing. Even minor oddities can mean major money. And don't worry, you don't need to be a professional. You can get your coin appraised for free at most local coin shops or through trusted online appraisal services. Just make sure you deal with reputable experts, not lowballers hoping to score your treasure for pennies. Imagine selling a single coin and walking away with enough cash to wipe out your mortgage, retire early, or finally live the life you've dreamed of. It's not just about money. It's about freedom, opportunity, legacy. Still not sure it's worth checking? What if someone else finds their fortune while you leave yours sitting in a drawer? Time is ticking. These coins won't stay hidden forever. Collectors are hunting harder than ever, and prices keep climbing as more people realize their worth. Before this video ends, promise yourself one thing. Check your change. Go through your drawers. Look in every corner where coins could be hiding, because the next millionaire might not be in New York or Los Angeles. They might be watching this video right now. Could that be you? In the next video, I'll reveal the 3 most common mistakes that cause people to throw away valuable coins. Mistakes that could cost you thousands. You won't want to miss it.so before you go. Subscribe, and share this with someone who might be sitting on a fortune without even knowing it. Remember, wealth doesn't always come from hustle. Sometimes it starts with a coin. What if I told you that a single coin, one you might have stashed away in a junk drawer, could be worth up to $1,995,000? Sounds insane, right? But this isn't a myth. It's not a rumor. It's a reality. And people just like you are cashing in. There's a rare version of the 1995 D mint mark Washington quarter that collectors are scrambling to find. And if you're lucky enough to own one, your life could change overnight. Pause for a moment and ask yourself this. When was the last time you looked closely at your spare change? If you're like most people, probably never. And that's exactly why this opportunity is so powerful, because almost no one knows it's hiding in plain sight. Stay with me. In the next few minutes, I'll reveal everything you need to know about this quarter, what makes it so valuable, and how you can turn a forgotten piece of metal into a luxury lifestyle. Let's begin the journey. In 1995, the Denver Mint released millions of Washington quarters. On the surface, they looked like any ordinary coin. But a tiny detail changed everything. Some of these quarters were struck with a rare and dramatic mint error. An error so unique, collectors now pay astronomical prices just to get their hands on one. What kind of error, you ask? Some quarters from that year show doubling in the design, particularly in the word Liberty and in the date. Others feature off-center strikes or die cracks that make them one of a kind. But here's the kicker. Most people have no idea what to look for. Imagine unknowingly handing over a fortune at a vending machine. It happens more often than you'd think. And here's where it gets even crazier. In pristine condition, these 1995 D quarters have sold for tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands. And one recently fetched close to $1.995 million. That's not a typo. That's your retirement, your dream home, your escape plan. All sitting in a coin jar. Let that sink in. Now, before we move forward, let me ask. Have you ever truly inspected the coins lying in your kitchen drawer? The ones under your car seats? The ones passed down from a relative? You might be sitting on a gold mine and not even know it.so. What's the next step? First, find your quarters, especially those from 1995 with the D mint mark, which is located just below the eagle on the reverse side. Use a magnifying glass or even your phone's camera. Look for any doubling, off-center design, or strange marks. Don't rush. This is where attention turns into opportunity. If you think you've found something, do not spend it. Instead, contact a reputable coin grading service. Getting your quarter professionally graded could mean the difference between pocket change and a 6-figure payout. And if you're thinking, I'll check later, let me stop you right there. This market is heating up fast. Every day, more people are waking up to the hidden value of their coins. Collectors are paying top dollar now, and they're not waiting around. The longer you delay, the greater the chance that someone else cashes in while your fortune gathers dust. Now here's a surprise twist. Even damaged or circulated 1995 D quarters with visible errors can still sell for thousands. So don't throw anything out until you know exactly what you have. You could be one decision away from financial freedom. So here's the million-dollar question. Will you be the one who acts or the one who watches others get rich? Because right now, somewhere in America, someone just found theirs. And tomorrow, it could be you. In our next video, we'll uncover another common coin from the 1990s that's silently making collectors millionaires. You don't want to miss that. So subscribe, turn on notifications, and before the day ends, check your coins. Your future might just be hiding in plain sight. We'll see you in the next one. And remember, fortune favors the observant. Imagine reaching into an old coin jar, pulling out a quarter, and realizing it could change your life. Not just any quarter, a 1998 quarter with the P mint mark. Today, some of these coins are being valued as high as $1,998,000. Yes, nearly $2 million. Still think that pocket change is just change? Stay with me, because over the next few minutes, I'm going to take you inside the world of rare quarters, forgotten treasures, and a silent wealth boom that most Americans are completely unaware of. And by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for and whether you're sitting on a fortune without even realizing it. Let's rewind to 1998. The economy was booming. The internet was exploding. And deep inside the Philadelphia Mint, an ordinary-looking coin was struck. The Washington quarter. At a glance, it looked like every other quarter in circulation. George Washington's profile, the familiar silver tone, the bold letter P just beneath the words "In God We Trust," indicating it was minted in Philadelphia. But here's the twist. Not all of these quarters were created equal. Among the millions produced, a tiny handful came out with rare minting errors, striking imperfections, and highly unusual die combinations. These anomalies turned simple change into collector's gold. Want to know what makes these coins so valuable? It's not just rarity, it's mystery. The coin that fetched nearly $2 million wasn't just rare. It was almost mythical, believed to be a double-struck quarter with an off-center misprint and a nearly flawless finish. And here's where it gets interesting. These rare 1998 P quarters aren't locked in museums or buried in bank vaults. They're still out there, in glove compartments, in sock drawers, in old jars passed down from grandparents who had no idea what they were holding. So how do you tell if your quarter is the jackpot? We're getting there. But first, let's make something clear. This is not about luck. It's about knowledge, awareness, and the willingness to look closer. Because right now, thousands of Americans are sitting on coins they've had for decades, completely unaware they could sell them and walk away with life-changing money. Now here's the part you've been waiting for. If you've got a 1998 quarter with the P mint mark, here's what to check. Look for double striking. That's when part of the design appears slightly doubled, usually around the edges or letters. Check for off-center strikes. If the image isn't perfectly aligned, that's a major clue. Feel the coin. Some rare variations have an unusually smooth or high-relief surface, unlike standard coins. And don't ignore color. A slight golden or copper hue could signal a rare alloy mixture. Don't have a magnifying glass. Get one. Don't know what to compare it to? Search recent auction listings. Coins with these traits have sold for tens of thousands, even hundreds of thousands. The Holy Grail? The ultra-rare specimen that went for nearly $2 million. Only a few are known to exist, and one may still be in circulation. So ask yourself this. Have you ever really checked your coins? Because if not, why? That dusty drawer, that shoebox in the attic, that coin jar on your dad's dresser. They could be hiding your next chapter. A new house, early retirement, financial freedom. And the best part? You don't need to buy anything. You already own the possibility. You just need to recognize it. Still think this is just pocket change? Or is it your ticket to a wealthy lifestyle? Waiting quietly in your hands, you've seen the proof. You've heard the numbers. Now it's your move. Take out your change. Look for the 1998 P quarter. Examine it carefully. And if you find something unusual, don't wait. Because while others are sleeping on this, someone else is cashing in. And remember this, opportunity doesn't always knock. Sometimes it jingles. So what are you waiting for? Check your coins. Check them today. Your future might be worth exactly 25 cents on the surface, but underneath, it could be nearly $2 million. And you'll never know unless you look.